As we watch the snowflakes, we consider our fate when entering into the command post of the Iron Flail Camp. Welcome to the White March. Maximum difficulty. And some roleplay and Path of the Damned Blind. We don't know what he expects us. We expect to find the commander there and make some kind of peace with him before slaughtering all his men. Or maybe we can also kill him and then all his men will stop trying to want to kill us. Or wanting to kill us. What is that?
Enough! I've had my fill of... What's this? Steady, men. Our guest has arrived.
The Iron Flail Commander is a younger man, lean in build. His brown hair is unkempt, his eyes fevered. He's sick. At his feet is a grate, set over what appears to be a pit. You hear a smattering of anxious cries rising from the cell. The commander steps forward.
All that chaos outside. For an instant I believed you, woman.
His boot comes down hard on the grate.
You make a sinister assassin, godlike. I'll give you that much.
We'll try diplomatically. And we'll be as diplomatic as we can be. Please calm yourself. I'm not here to fight if we can solve this otherwise.
But you did fight, all the same. My men were here to fight. We're all here to fight.
Well, we had no choice.
You want to talk? Set down your...
Durrick's words die in his throat. His expression frozen mid-snarl. It isn't clear what's happened, not until you start to feel it too. Unbidden, your senses drift as if you had reached out toward a source of essence. You feel an ache in your chest, an almost painful sensation of being pulled forward. A sudden wave of memories floods your mind, clear as the day they formed. You see Odima's campsite ravaged by the bivouac, the halls of Cardnua, the caverns beneath the keep. The stone around you bellows warnings in a dead language. Deeper still, a fanged maw parts like a wound in the world. The images wash over you, tracing lives and emotions from 100 different times and places. Not all are your own. Slowly you become aware of the sensation of being watched. Reach out and try to solve this. As you direct your senses, tracing the invasion to its source, Adaric. Conviction burns through him, bright as a brazier. For an instant you share in his emotion, and a sourceless desperation rattles about your skull. Absent contexts, the fragments of memory you see are just images, a small house across a field of vibrant purple flowers, a sea of armored kith and flapping banners, waiting on your command. There's an uncomfortable moment where you feel your twinned awareness turning in on itself, and then the connection is severed. Adaric looks startled, his face ashen. So, you're a watcher. You hear a few scattered murmurs from the gathered soldiers.
That's not...
Adaric glances round the room, his face coloring.
That's not known to many. Not past these walls. Why have you come? Why now?
Well, about our mutual condition.
You've come all this way to indulge your curiosity?
No, not really. I thought all the other watchers were mad. I mean, he is a little bit mad, so... We'll talk about the things we didn't notice. You're ashamed. Why?
It's hardly something to be proud of. Look to your own sins, Watcher. I'll not share mine.
Well, you just did. I take it Watchers don't enjoy the best reputation in Red Keras.
Does everyone in the Deerwood boast of their afflictions?
In the brief quiet that follows, Adaric looks very tired, but he does not lower his sword. How will we get him to lower that sword? I can't often read living memories so clearly. That felt like a sci-fi
I
reading.
wouldn't know. Perhaps we simply worsen each other's condition.
The prospect seems to trouble him.
What is it?
I thought all the other Watchers were mad. I don't know if we should say that. Maybe we should be trying to be clever. Are you as tired of listening to dead people as I am? Question starts a weary smirk out of Adarik, though he does not answer. I thought all the other Watchers were mad.
That wouldn't bode well for you, would it?
Adarik's tone is irritable, but he watches you with wary interest.
I've a firm grip on my senses, whatever you believe. The Watcher's curse is many things, but if it promised madness, I would not have taken command of the Iron Flail. The memories I saw, some of them couldn't have belonged to you. You're awakened, aren't you?
Are you also awakened?
No, of course not.
Adarik studies you with grim fascination. Do you know of a cure? Adarik stares at you. Eventually he gives a slight shake of the head.
It seems a terrible thing to be awakened and a Watcher both. I'm sorry.
Alright, there's nothing more to talk, except attack, so we'll say enough about that.
Yes, we were in the middle of something, I believe.
I came to find out what happened to the delegates.
The delegates? You tore through my camp, killed my men for them?
Adarik scowls. Well, I would have done things another way if I could have.
You could have turned around!
He breathes out.
If not for the delegates, all of this could have been avoided. Stalwart sent delegates to discuss terms of peace. I offered them the opportunity. I was generous.
Adarik paces a few steps before he gets hold of himself.
But Stalwart sent soothsayers, not diplomats, to frighten us with stories of the moon going dark, the earth shaking.
What the hell are these people? A shrill voice suddenly rises up from the pit. Adarik stomps down angrily on the bars, drowning her out. Let's try it with facts. But there have been tremors. There were cave-ins at the mines.
Don't play the fool with me. These omens are meant to frighten me, to make me doubt my purpose here. But there is more at stake here than a village in the mountains.
And what is that?
Dismiss my faith, call us superstitious. But what does Stalwart believe in? Iron and gold, and nothing else. I have tilled barren fields with my bare hands. What is gold to me?
He looks down at the grate of the cell, eyes flashing with sudden anger. I mean, these people are madmen, but... what do you want with Stalwart anyway?
With a village of fishermen, nothing. But they cling fiercely to the forge you gave them. Some of the men are here for gold and good steel, and I promised them their share. But I came for cannons. With the battery's cannons, we can hold the pass.
Against what?
Rayed Ceres has suffered enough. Its sons and daughters have nothing. We cannot sit and wait for an attack from the Deerwood. There is an army coming. I've seen it. Pouring down from the mountain. It will crush Stalwart and come for Rayed Ceres.
Adarik's gaze is distant. Oh my god, it was a vision, right?
The Iron Flail will be the wall that safeguards my homeland from the worst these fire worshippers can bring to bear.
Fire worshippers. So... Well, first, between the Duke's assassination and the Hollowbone crisis, Durwood's a little preoccupied, don't you think?
So I believed. Hoped, maybe. But that only means they're angry. They'll look for someone to blame, an enemy to fight.
What makes you think that the Durwood is going to attack?
I've seen it. Like a memory plucked from the dead. But this was a warning from the gods. I can't sit back and do nothing.
How do you talk to a madman? He may not be mad, though. Wait, you had a vision of an army?
I warn you, if you think to taunt me, Watcher.
Actually, I had a vision too. In mine, I saw Cartanua reduced to rubble by an army that shook the earth. Coming from here. Doubt creases Adaric's brow. His men exchange looks, waiting tensely for orders.
Why would they turn on their own? No. You're trying to trick me. This is all another distraction.
Rational or intellectual? I mean, we're both. That depreciates the Durwood. And that would be like humble in a way. That would call on both of us being wrong, but he's so convinced of himself that might go wrong. And that is increasing the bond. We could go for that, increasing the bond. Remember thunder and 100 eyes gazing back at me. Any of that sound familiar?
The thunder followed me to the temple at Dawn's Reach, and the earth split beneath our feet.
So he might read my soul. Adaric swallows and looks unsure. You read my soul. What did that tell you?
That you're soft-hearted, but it hasn't seemed to stop you. And that you have seen and done a great many things. Things I would not have otherwise believed.
We both know something's coming. Maybe two watchers can figure out how to stop it. For several moments there's nothing but silence in the cabin. Then you hear the scrape of metal as Adaric takes up his sword, only to lay it flat across his palm.
I led my people here because I believed we were on the right path. I bound my soul to this blade as proof of my surety.
As a ripple of soul energy in the air, there in gun, Adaric looks pained. Oh, please don't kill yourself. We could work together. We're so sick and tired of the madmen here.
The sword's no good to me now. It's yours, for as long as you can wield it. I'll call in our forces from the mountains. Please, give me time to explain. You should speak with Stalwart's messengers. Perhaps you'll get some answers out of them.
Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Woo! What a strange conversation. Sever the soul. What is that?
Yes.
What have we learned? We have learned something new. Sever the soul. Watcher targets the very essence of a creature with their next attack, bypassing their defenses and leaving them weakened. Wow. Very good. Now we could talk to the delegates now. That is something very lore-ish, right? And there's a book. Something bookish. Oh, some braces of deflection, alright. Let's unlock. Oh, thank you. I thought we'd never get out of here. What about you, delegates? Are you hurt? No, a little bruised, perhaps. The cold was the worst part. Hey, you're a dwarf. Don't complain about the cold, right? On the other hand, it's warm under the earth. A frightened delegate. I don't know how you managed to talk that man down. He was practically foaming at the mouth. Yeah, but... And now he and his men are still skulking around the mountains. I'm not sure letting him live was the best idea. Commander wasn't a problem, the gruff delegate says. One of the delegates points an accusing finger at another. A woman standing apart from the rest. He might have come to terms if she hadn't goaded him, shouting at him about omens and curses, demanding he leave the march. You know how superstitious the Red Karens are. The commander went white as a sheet. She sabotaged the meeting. The raving delegate. The woman in question is dressed in unassuming robes. She's a changeling. She bears the accusations silently, her eyes closed as if in prayer. An agent of the one sending the visions, putting us up against each other. Care to explain yourself? With desperate speed, the woman suddenly lunges sidelong towards a nearby rack and seizes a dagger lying there. She sets the blade to her own throat. Unseen to all but yourself, the dying woman's soul essence coils in thin wisps about her body, only grows brighter as her corpse stills. The remaining delegates stare in horror at her pooling blood. Oh, what just happened? Damn it, Null, you'll never get an answer out of her. Did they pull your names out of a hat when they put this delegation together? Yeah, that's what we really think, but we have to be quick. Read the woman's soul. You reach out and brace against the sudden flare of pain and fear, digging after less recent events. There's a copper taste in your mouth and a pain like fire in your throat. Under the brute terror of death, you find a comforting thread of resolve, of satisfaction and duty fulfilled. You follow it. It leads you stumbling into another memory, as whole and vivid as the first. You walk the dark halls of an abbey, dimly lit and quiet, your footsteps loud. A blur, and you are standing in a dimly lit room, facing a robed armorer. You recognize him as Kaoto, the High Abbot. He beckons you forward. Examine your surroundings. You are in a wide, rounded chamber. The tiles beneath your feet are covered in strange curling symbols. You recognize them as symbols of Ondra, goddess of sea and memory. The Ondrans. The memory blurs when your sight is clear. You are standing in front of Kaoto, and he's smiling gently down at you.
Drive the raid Sarens from these mountains, and you may yet spare many lives. The Tidebringer will be here in a week's time. Should you be delayed in your travels, report to him as you would to me. He will enter the reliquary and call off the army of Iris in my stead.
My god, this seems like a conspiracy like there's never been one before.
If you are caught, sister, you know what you must do. I will pray for your return, but we will take comfort in the knowledge that you have joined the rest of Ondra's favorite in her keeping.
So Ondra is taking over. The words jar you lose from the memory, flinging you back into the moment of the woman's death, and then into your own skin. But traces of her memory join yours. You know the path to the abbey, to which she was to return, buried in the mountains to the north. She was a follower of Ondra, a fanatic. There was something about her that didn't seem right. Please, you're as surprised as the rest of us. Do you know anything about an abbey to the north? I've heard of something like that. An Onrite stronghold, not the kind of place that welcomes visitors. Is that where she came from? The delegate points to the dead woman. I love that music now. Maybe next time he'll be more careful about picking volunteers. Yeah, well, we managed to fix it, so... Yes, and it's where I'll find the reliquary, so I can call off their army. What, another one? Gods, it feels like everyone on Eora is after the battery now. What these Ondrites want the Red Karens out. I doubt it's for Stellar's benefit. Competition, maybe? Oh, sometimes we're passionate. Who needs a reason? Yeah. Oh, well, let's be diplomatic for now. We don't know. Maybe they have something good in mind. We doubt it, but we'll not go around spreading more hate. We think of them that they are bad people, but we won't take that around. We will take the problem on ourselves. I better go ask them. If you do mean to go to this abbey, be careful. There have been stories about traders wandering north and getting scared off or even killed by strange guards. They're a secretive bunch. I suppose you could always try to sneak in. I doubt you'll be welcome otherwise. Sounds like this Tidebringer would be welcome, I mean. Now that's a good idea. Maybe I can convince them I'm the one they've been waiting for. I hope so. I imagine the abbey is heavily guarded. A sudden, deafening crash from outside makes the delegate jump, startled. A rumbling like thunder follows. You hear further sounds of smashing timbers, panicked screaming. The powder going up. More conspiracy members probably active. Oh no, what's happening? I thought you took care of the soldiers. I did. This is something else, right? Yes, well, we'll wait here, inside. What the hell is going on here? And what did she have? Only a lockpick and stuff. Let's take all we can. Quickly, the frightened one is already in the last edge we can reach. We'll plunder everything. Maybe it is useful to us. And then we'll go out before this whole place comes down crashing. And don't blame me for that, it's the game. We'll see each other in the next episode when we find out what's out there waiting. Thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel signing out.